Alright, what's good with y'all? Back with another video, and today we're going to go through the top 10 most worn shoes by playing time for the NBA season of 23-2024. See what the NBA players are wearing nowadays, and go through the list and see what surprised you most out of the list as well. There's a couple on here that I'm low-key still shocked about, especially this year. But before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all went crazy on the last videos. I was like, alright, posted, came home from yoga to gym, all that. I was like, I might as well make another one. Maybe another 2, maybe another 3. We'll see what I end up making today. But let's get into it. All right, for a number 10 spot, 20,000 minutes worn for the season, we have the Harden Volume 7s. Honestly, I'm not too surprised. It's a really popular shoe. I've seen a lot of guys wearing it throughout the NBA. And it is a heavier shoe, but with a lot of guys in the NBA being around 6'6" and up and pretty heavy, probably doesn't affect them too much. But the court feel is cool. They had a lot of interesting and loud colorways. And aside from James Harden, of course, wearing them, I know Lou Dort and Jalen Williams wore them a lot throughout the season. Love the performance on these, but I'm not gonna lie. I was running laps one day after training, and these felt like a boot. They're like really flat, and they're kind of heavy, so yeah. Number 9 on the list, and I'm honestly shocked these weren't higher, but it's the Kobe 8 Protro right here. I'm honestly not too surprised they're not higher because they started Protroing these kind of recently. And it's probably like beginning to mid of the season when they started dropping more and more colorways on these. So even though players do get a lot of Protros, older pairs and stuff like that, I do see an influx in colorways and shoes when they drop more Protros. I do prefer the Protros with the thin tongue over the puffy tongue. I got a couple of the puffy tongue ones back there. They're just a little bit heavier. And then the way they did the Protros with the React drop-in midsole, it honestly feels a little different from what I remember when I had these in high school. But either way, it's still a good shoe. Can't go wrong with a Kobe 8. And resale prices on these are not that high. Probably around like $220 to $250. So if you want a pair, go cop them. But if you got weak ankles, please be careful. Number 8 on the list, we have the Giannis Freak 5s. Coming in at around 21,000 total minutes of playtime. This one's actually low-key really surprising to me. Like all the options in the league and y'all are rocking Freak 5s. Not saying there's anything wrong with them or anything, but I don't know. If I'm in the NBA, I'm finna get the nicest Kobe's, whatever new shoe come out. And I feel like Giannis is cool, but he's not like a super likable or social person around the league. So I'm shocked that this many people are wearing his shoes. And this is just my personal opinion. Not gonna lie, I don't think these look good. Like, the design's kind of boring, and the colorways that they made on these, they did have Nike IDs, so I mean you can snazz them up and make them your own. I don't know. I ended up doing a review on these and getting these. This is probably the best colorway, in my opinion, they dropped this year. I couldn't justify buying any of the other ones. From when they previewed the first colorway and it was that red, green, and gold, bruh, it looked like a bowling shoe. Like if I went to my local bowling alley and I paid for whatever to get a little lane and they gave me some kicks, bro, it would be those. Just not a banger. Not a banger. Bag. Number 8 on the list. Number 7 is my arch nemesis. I do not have a pair of these. I ended up getting these before they even released. And then even Foot Locker, when I did a little sponsorship with them, they gave me these pair and like 3 other basketball shoes. I ended up getting rid of them quick. I made a little video for them and then sold them. Not gonna lie to you. It is the Nike GT Cut 2s coming in at around 24,000 minutes of playing time. And I don't know. From the moment I got them, bro, traction was horrible. They're really high off the ground. Don't like the way the tongue sits. Don't have the best ankle support. Everything about them, I just hate it. Not gonna lie to you. I almost broke my hand in them playing ones. I like pump fake, pushed my foot back, whole shoe slipped out. And I was like, yeah, bro. These gotta go. Sent them right back to Nike. Another thing that I don't like is people use this as an argument point that they're a good shoe. Like, oh, NBA players wear them. Yeah, well, Joel Embiid wears Skechers. So much Skechers paying Joel Embiid to wear Skechers. Nike has specific athletes they use to promote the GT line. I.e. why Jordan Poole stopped wearing Kobe's and was only wearing GT Cut 2s for that whole year. He was the athlete for that shoe. That's like LeBron not wearing LeBrons for the whole season. I'm not gonna lie, if you pay me a couple $1 million or whatever his contract is to wear the GT Cuts, I'll wear them too. So there's some truth in NBA players wearing certain shoes for them being good and others just being paid sponsor athletes. And sometimes we'll never know which one it really is. I know they're not gonna get on here and blow a bag and say, yeah, well, I wore the GT Cut 2s. I didn't think they were that great. But they're paying me millions of dollars, so if I say that, I'm going to lose my $1 million endorsement. It's just not going to happen. Number 6 on the list, we have Nike Sabrina 1s. One of the most popular NBA players that wore them this year that I can remember is Jrue Holiday. And he's even rocking the Sabrina 2s at the USA basketball camp. I like the shoe, perform solid. I'm going to say this to the death of me for everybody that hates hearing it. These are better than Job 1s. Sabrina 2s are better than Job 1s. They feel more comfortable. They definitely are a little bit on the narrow side, and they run a little bit longer. But overall, they are a solid shoe. And for those that have been tuned in, I ended up buying like 6 pairs of these. And I promise it wasn't just for the look. They even had Tyrese Halliburton, who basically only wears Kobe's, wearing them in the play-in tournament and wearing the what the colorway as well. Next on the list, we finally cracked the top 5, and it's only right that they put a Kobe 5 in there for number 5 on the list. If you've been tuned in, this is one of my top 5 favorite shoes all time. My personal opinion, Kobe might have the best performing sneaker line of all time in terms of actual performance. I know everybody's gonna run and be like, Jordan. Yes, Jordan hooped in them. Yes, they were cool back then and at the time they were made, but I'm not picking no J's to hoop in over no Kobe's. Now, if I'm going out or I want to go to the mall or something like that, I'll probably throw on some J's before I throw on some Kobe's. The shoes got everything you need besides durability, and if you're in the NBA, you're probably not worried about getting another pair of shoes. I'm sure you have plenty to go around. But the shoes got everything you need: solid cushion, Cushlon midsole, 4-foot Zoom Air, lightweight, carbon fiber midfoot shank, and most of all, the traction on these is amazing, especially on a brand new clean NBA court. It does look like they're going to be Protroing a lot more of these next year, so I'll probably see this rise on the list next year in the NBA. I know a lot of players get PEs, but they all don't just rock PEs 24/7. Next one on the list I don't have, not really a fan of. These are coming in at 27,000 total minutes of playing time. This shoe is the LeBron 20. Got a long love-hate relationship with the LeBron 20. So, for those that are new, if you aren't new, you probably heard the story a lot of times now, but basically, I bought the first release pair that came out sole separated, first time I wore them. Yeah, short story, but an annoying story. And they're just not comfortable to me. The LeBron 20s, the LeBron 21s, they like are really uncomfortable in my arches and midfoot, and I have flat feet. To be fair, most Nikes aren't the most wide. But it seems like I literally only have this problem with LeBrons. I have this problem with LeBrons, with the GT Cut 2s. And there's a couple other shoes as well, like the Ja 1. And usually, over time, shoes, get better, and then I can eventually wear them without that issue. But with the LeBron 20s, Ja 1s, and the GT Cut 2s, that was not the case. And it was technically my first time hooping in the LeBron 20s. I wore them to like shoot around, work out, all that good stuff. It was my first time wearing them in game, bro, and they literally broke. I'm not too surprised at where they're placed on the list. As soon as LeBron dropped the low top, everybody was like, oh, these are tough, these are super fire. And they're not even that light. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, LeBron has light shoes. No, they're just lighter than the other LeBrons that he's made. But they're not like a super lightweight shoe or anything. So, yeah, cool shoe though. Number 4 on the list. Finally cracking into the top 3. And this one actually surprised me. But finding out, a lot of NBA players actually like the shoe. Well, obviously, by the list placement, you could tell as well. But I found out this is Luka Doncic's favorite Kobe to hoop in, and it's the Kobe 4. When I first got a pair, I got the Gift of Mambas. Whatever it is, the all-black pair. I got those. I paid $364 on the Dukes because I had to do the review and everything like that. I'm like, bro, I do not want to pay this much for a Kobe 4. They're so overrated. The performance is like, all right, but bro, they're gassing them literally just because they're Kobe's. Then, hear me out, I started getting into it, playing with them a little more. And I was like, low-key, bro, I like these. Like, there's nothing special about them, but they get the job done and they feel good. Lockdown's great. They're low to the ground feel. And I wouldn't say they're wide, but they're wider than some other Nike shoes that they dropped. Nike didn't do anything crazy or special with the tech, but hey, it's definitely higher up on the list of shoes I might pick to go hoop. Now, this one, another one that I'm like, bro, no way it's 2. Like, I might put these at like probably 10, 8, 9. 2 is crazy for second most worn in the NBA in terms of minutes, coming in at 41,000 minutes played on the NBA court for this season. And that is the KD 16. I got the Pearl colorway. There are some other solid colorways too, like the Ember Glow. The Wandas were cool. They had the Bad colorway that was cool. And I forgot who I saw wearing them, but when these dropped, it might have been OG Anunoby was wearing the Pearl colorway. And I was like, okay, they rocking the KD 16s in the league. I don't think I saw anybody else wearing them. Maybe Chet? I don't know. Maybe I gotta tune in a little more. But KD 16s are number 2 on the list. Personal opinion, solid shoe, nothing special, nothing bad. Number 1, and we probably all could have guessed this. Very easy guess. I'm gonna give you like a 3 count to try to figure out what it is. Kobe 6s, man. I actually paid $420 for these. Hurts, not gonna lie. But love me some Kobe 6s, especially dunking and hooping in general. These are another shoe that was in my top 5 shoes of all time that I've hooped in. I think this shoe low-key covers everything. The snakeskin upper is super unique to me. Like, there's no other shoe that has a base of an animal for the upper, and they add designs to it. So I think it's super cool, super unique. They may do it for like one colorway or something like that, but for the whole model to be like that, super smooth. Carbon fiber shank. Traction is always A1. Cushion midsole, I'm pretty sure it has Zoom Turbo on the forefoot. Might be Zoom Air, correct me if I'm wrong. Some people were mad that when they Protro these that they didn't put Zoom Air in both the forefoot and the heel. Honestly, I like the way the setup is. I feel like sometimes with a little bit too much air, you're at risk of popping the air bubbles one, which is just annoying. If you've had it happen before, it's a really bad feeling. I bruised my heel because of that before. And sometimes when you have the double zoom, I feel like a little bit too unstable. Like the Freak 4s, bro, they only had it in the forefoot, but it was so big in the forefoot that I just genuinely didn't feel like stable when I was wearing those shoes. And let's be honest, are we surprised that a Kobe is the #1 shoe on the list? But yeah, that's all for today. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you got any video ideas that you want me to make for you, see, create, whatever, let me know in the comments below. More sneaker reviews coming. Like I said in the last video, I probably got 8 to 10 pairs of shoes coming in right now that I'm gonna do reviews for. If you're on a time crunch and you wanna watch the reviews in 60 seconds or less and get the whole tech and everything, go to my shorts. I post all the reviews that I do on these shoes. And also go follow my main channel, TC2TV. I'm posting a lot of basketball, dunking, workout videos, etc. on there. Other than that, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It helps a lot. We're growing. We just passed 2K. I think I'm at like 2,100, maybe 2,200 when you see this video. So we've been growing smooth, bro. I'm happy to go through this grind again with YouTube and lock back in for real.